Hey guys, Papa Pete back with another pickup video, and joined by Coco again here today. She's just so relaxing here in the basket. She loves laying there while I do these videos. Oh yeah. And before I go any further, I just want to make note I'm wearing my complete SNES shirt I picked up from Jeffrey Wittenhagen a few years ago down at Too Many Games. October 14th was just his birthday, so I thought I'd wish a happy birthday to Jeffrey Wittenhagen as I go into this pickup video. If you don't know Jeff right at the top of your head, I have done a few reviews of his books. Stuff like we got The Complete Archived, Video Game Culture Chronicles 1990, Hidden Gaming Gems. I did one on that. And of course, probably the most famous ones he has, The Complete NES and The Complete SNES. Great books. HagensAlleyBooks.com. I'll put a link in the description. Happy birthday, Jeff. And check it out. You'll be glad you did. In the meantime, I got some really great pickups. I got some stuff some people gave me. Some stuff I bought from an historic location in my mind. And I can't wait to share it with you. Stick around.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
After today's video, don't forget to check out Intellivisioncollector.com for all of your Intellivision needs. Luke's just added several homebrew titles to his inventory from some of the top homebrew developers in the Intellivision scene. That's Intellivisioncollector.com. Alright, here we are ready to go again. Coco's laying here purring away. You probably can hear in the microphone, which is going to be pretty important because this is the second time I've done this video, because the first time I forgot to turn on the microphone. I'm pretty stupid, aren't I? Yeah, I thought you thought that, yeah. You purr all you want right into that microphone, I'm sure we'll hear it. So, my beer's already open. But I can still share it with you. What I'm having today for my special beer, Mama C actually found this one for me. She said it's perfectly you, so you got to try this one in one of your videos. It's Fuego Habanero Pumpkin Ale. I had never heard of it. I looked at it and thought, oh, that's got to be something from Ontario, whatever, that's all over the liquor stores. And no, it's actually by Boxing Rock Breweries in Shelburne, Nova Scotia. So I opened it up. I took a taste. It's got a beautiful color. Look right there. And the flavor. Pumpkin ale, habanero, how's that go together? It's got a nice pumpkin flavor. And then it burns. And it burns good. Oh, wow. Kind of stays with you. But the flavor, oh my God, it tastes so good. You got to try that. That's one you got to try. You're not going to sit and drink a six-pack of them. But it's a beautiful beer just to try out. So, Fuego Habanero Pumpkin Ale. If you have the opportunity or something similar to it, it's actually a pretty good combination. Alright, so the first thing I picked up this time, a little bit of a backstory about it. I was sitting here last Saturday, and there was a knock at the door, and there's a buddy of mine that I've known for 35, 40 years, John, and he had been out with his wife. They were just out trolling around the countryside, stopped at a couple yard sales, and he found some games at a yard sale. And he said, I thought of you, so I grabbed them. They weren't very expensive, some Xbox 360 games. This is actually, it's a guy I played ball with my whole life, softball right up until, well, this is the first year that in 40 years that I haven't played softball because of COVID. And we played together the vast majority of those years. But anyway, we call him Big Pappy because that's the kind of swing he's got, let me tell you that right now. And a couple years ago as well, John actually took Mama C and MJ and I, the four of us, went down and saw the Patriots Super Bowl parade in Boston. It was, I can't remember the exact date, it was like the second week of February back in 2018. And we were all bundled up and ready to freeze, and I think it was 65 degrees that day. It was absolutely incredible. And what a great experience, all things considered, with the way things are traveling in COVID, as well as the fact that Tom Brady's left the Patriots. I'm so glad that we made that trip when we did. Anyway, what Pappy brought me was a few Xbox 360 games. The first one he got it for like $1 a piece. Then I just saw him, I grabbed him for you, was Cameo Elements of Power. Not for resale. I've seen this game kicking around. I've never played it. I'm not even very familiar with it, to tell you the truth. Don't know a thing about it. But this one's in great shape, complete, and just happy to have it. Hey, why not, right? The other one he got me, or the next one he got me, is Skate 3. The Skate series, great skateboarding series. This one is disc and box. Oh, Nice to have. Platinum Hits version, actually. And the next one is part of the Halo series. Actually, the next two. We got Halo Wars and we got Halo 4. I have played mostly just the original Halo. I've played a couple of the other ones on the original Xbox, but I think that's almost all of the different Halo games that I have now. Right up till 5. I picked up 5 real cheap there about a year ago for the Xbox One. But anyway, man, it's just great to add these games to my collection, and they're in great shape. The last game he picked me up is an old standby. Will I ever play this game? Maybe not, but I've certainly watched it played a lot by my kids over the last few years, and it's an old staple that everybody seems to have, but everybody seems to want too. And that is Minecraft, the Xbox 360 edition. I personally have never seen the appeal of it that much, but then again, it's one of these games that's not a game, it's a toy. It's just building things, and I've been guilty of playing lots of those over the years, so if I was that age or so inclined and got wrapped up and started into it, I'd probably want to play it too. But you certainly can't discount its success, because it's been an extremely successful game. Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. Now, my next pickup is something that 64-Bit for Life brought me back. He picked it up at Value Village in Halifax for $10. Oh, I don't want to disturb. I think she's falling asleep. Hey, are you asleep? Yeah, she must be asleep. Anyway, 64-Bit for Life found this, and you just don't see them very often. He said he'd never seen one, and he goes thrifting all the time down there. And what he got me, you know I love it, he got me an Intellivision too. Both controllers seem in really good shape. The discs feel good. The keypads feel good. There is no power supply, and if you're not familiar with the Intellivision 2, it's got a power supply that's very unique to this system, so it's notoriously difficult to find. That being said, I may mention to my buddy Luke at Intellivision Collector, I said, watch out for a power supply for me. If you have an extra one, set it aside. I'll buy it from you. Because why not try it out, right? So, very, very happy to have picked up this. I was just amazed, actually. $10 total. And I haven't showed you the games yet. The first game that came with it is a copy of, they're all pretty well crushed, but that's alright, I don't care. It's a copy of Las Vegas Poker Blackjack. Nothing too special about this one. No manual, but I got the overlays and the cartridge. But the next two I always found kind of interesting because I only have had one of these variants in my collection before, and I think I'm going to get into the variants a little bit more. And I got a copy of Major League Baseball. Le Baseball de la Ligue Majeure. And this is the Canadian version, the French-Canadian version that was sold in stores throughout Canada, or at least the eastern part of Canada. Because if you weren't familiar, Quebec, of course, is a unilingual French province. All the other, 8 of the other provinces are considered unilingual English, and I live in New Brunswick, which is actually the only bilingual province in the country of Canada. A lot of people think there's a lot of French in Canada. Well, Quebec is French, and New Brunswick is about 30% French, 70% English, but legally it is bilingual. So, really interesting series. I think I'll pick a lot of these up. They're not very expensive. They're not expensive at all, actually, but they're harder to find in really, really good shape, I think. But anyway, it's just something that's really neat to look at. This one's complete in box. That's the French version, but the English is right on the other side. So kind of neat. No overlays there with that, but you can find overlays for this game pretty much anywhere. They're the same, whether it's the English version or the bilingual version. Now, there was one other game, and it's the same thing. And, of course, that title is quite a bit different, right? But I got a kick out of this one because this is Astro Smash, or in French, c'est l'Astro Smash. Il n'y a pas beaucoup de différence entre les deux langues-là. C'est seulement une lettre et une apostrophe. Astro Smash et l'Astro Smash. Donc, je suis très heureux d'avoir ces jeux pour ma collection. Okay, so I got 2 parcels here. They both have a pretty interesting story behind them, really. So I'm going to take a minute while I open them up. We're going to listen to a little bit of, I went with Yesay Asha last time. We're going to go straight to the RGC this time. I think we'll play a little bit of Nintendo. Alright, so let's look at this one first. this has got an interesting story behind it. I got a message asking what kind of things I'd be looking for from Luke at Intellivision Collector, because one of the people who watched my videos saw the ad for Intellivision Collector and bought a bunch of stuff from Luke at the site. And Luke said, and they want to send you a present, something, I wasn't going over too extravagant, but they wanted to send me a present. I couldn't absolutely believe it. Like, wow, I was really honored to have somebody want to send me a present. Anyway, he shipped it to me, and I got a message from a person named Nick a few days later saying that they could see where it was tracking, and it arrived, I think, just 2 days ago, actually. And that it arrived, so I wrote it back, and I told him, yep, it's here. And then I wrote him today. I said, I'm going to be opening it today during my next pickup video, which is actually the next one I'm going to post, too. So, wow. How do you get any better than that? I thank you so much, Nick. I believe your name's Nick. That's what come up in the message that you sent me. So we'll hope that's it. I didn't actually hear, don't know precisely who it is. But what I got was, we were just talking about the bilingual versions. One of my all-time favorite games, I got the French-Canadian version of Utopia, or en français, c'est l'utopie. L'utopie. Actually, it's not an apostrophe. It's just utopie. If you don't know this game, this, of course, is the very first God game ever made for computers. I can remember getting it back about 1981 or 82. I think it was 82 when it came out. And my brother-in-law and I played it all along. I don't know exactly what the AI was like, what all the different things that you could buy and build really did. You could tell what the fishing boats did. You could tell what the hurricanes did. And you could tell what the crops did. But the other stuff was just all sort of, you couldn't really feel the score. But at the end of the day, it was the very first step towards a genre of games that has just grown exponentially since then. And this, you should be credited. It's a historical game because it's the very first one in that genre. Anyway, I'm happy to have the French-Canadian version. I guess I'm going down that path of variants now, aren't I? Right on. Oh, and thanks once again, Nick. Above and beyond, you certainly didn't have to send me something like that, but I really sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, my last parcel today is something I was listening to some tunes the other day, looking at a few different things, trying to find some music for some of my videos of the 125 and such, and I got thinking about a song called My Intellivision, which I'd heard years ago, saw on YouTube as a video clip, and really didn't know where it had come from. I thought that it came from that video clip, but truth be known, that was just somebody who took the music and made their own little music video, which was really great. I enjoy it. But I got thinking and looking at it, and I found out it came from a CD which was sold by the Blue Sky Rangers several years ago now, back when Keith Robinson was still running Intellivision Productions. And so I wrote to Steve Roney, who I like to get in touch with every now and again, just to see if he has anything there for sale, a little bit historic or whatever. And he did. He had a few copies of this left, even though it isn't on the website anymore. So what I ended up getting was, if I can get it out here, there we go. I got a copy of Intellivision and Hi-Fi. And it's highlighted by that My Intellivision, but it's also got a lot of music from the different games. So I'm going to I'll probably be using some of this music in my games from now, or in my videos from now on, especially the 125. But it's just so great to have because, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. That's one thing I've always loved about the Intellivision is the music is fabulous. And to have something like here that came from the offices of Intellivision Productions, there's just something about that makes it even more special to me. So really happy. Thank you, Steve. But that's not all. When I wrote to him, I figured if I want that, then while I'm writing, because shipping's quite a bit, I've got to get it shipped the whole way to Canada now because I can't even get over to the States to pick stuff up. So I had him ship it right to me here in Canada. I said, what else do you have interesting around there? And he told me about a few different things, and I finally come down and settled upon this. And what I got, all kind of tying together to what I've already picked up earlier today, is I thought, well, I want to do this in the 125. It's one of my absolute favorite games of all time. You see the purple box? You can see the back. You know what it is already. It is a copy of Utopia. But what makes this one even more special, it's a copy of Utopia signed by the creator, Don Daglow himself. I collect autographs. I've collected autographs for several years now, and I try to stick with autographs of people that have meant something back when I was in my younger days. Like, for example, I'd much rather have autographs of somebody from a TV show that I loved in the 70s and 80s than something modern from today. And it's same thing goes with any autographs like this. So I am really honored and thankful to have this right here as a variant in my Utopia collection, and an autographed signed copy of Utopia by Don Daglow, the creator himself. So, man, just really, really happy to have that. Thank you, Don, for giving these to Steve to sell. And thank you, Steve, for getting one out of the back room for me and shipping it up here to Canada. I really, really appreciate it. Wow. Really happy to have that. What do you think, Coco? Is that about it for today? That's about it, let me tell you. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for spending a little bit of time with me today. So many great pickups for the Intellivision collection. I guess I'm going down that variant path now. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. And like I always say, if I get some more pickups. But you know what? I bet you I probably do. Anyway, take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the
Hey nerdlings, it's Tom and Laci of Do You Nerd?
And you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?